Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we're going to show you how to change out the Maytag dishwasher inner door panel. It's going to be a very easy repair and it's only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new inner door panel. The inner door panel is part of the dishwasher door. The main reason you'll be changing it out is if it's damaged, you're getting water leaking on the floor. In order to get to the part, we have to open up the dishwasher door. Once you have it open, we have access to the inner door panel. First thing we have to do is take this vent off. We're going to use a flathead screwdriver to get the vent off. We have to push on it to get it to release. So we're just going to carefully get in here and turn it so it'll release. Once you have it released, we can carefully get underneath it with the flathead screwdriver and lift it out. Set it aside. Now that we have the vent out, we're going to use a Torx 20 driver to remove all the screws that hold the inner door to the door. Once you have all the screws out, we can lift the inner door off. You want to make sure this vent assembly doesn't come with it, so hold it down as you lift the door up. And then you want to make sure you hold the outer door down. You can use your foot to hold it. Once you have it lifted up, we're going to set a weight onto the outer door panel so the door doesn't lift up as we're pulling the inner door panel off. Once you have the inner door lifted up, we have to disconnect the wires from the dispenser assembly. There's just one plug on the dispenser assembly. It has two black wires in the front, one tan, one in the back. You can use a small flathead screwdriver to get behind the plug and take it off. Once you have the wire harness off, you can lift the inner door panel off the dishwasher. Before we work on the inner door, we're going to put a towel down so we don't scratch the countertop. And we're going to put the inner door up here. We have to take off the support bracket, the dispenser, and the baffles. To get the support bracket off, we're going to use a 1/4-inch nut driver to take out the screws. Once you have the screws out, you can just lift the support bracket off and set it aside. Now we can take the dispenser off. There are 6 screws on this. We're going to use a 1/4-inch nut driver to take them all out. Once you have the screws out, you can lift the frame off. And we can lift up the inner door and push the dispenser through it. Pull it out from the bottom. Once you have it off, you can set it aside. Now we have to remove the 2 baffles at the bottom of the inner door. They're held in by Tinnerman clips. So we're just going to carefully pry up on the Tinnerman with a flathead screwdriver and get it to pop off. If you happen to break off the post when you're taking the Tinnerman off, it's no big deal. Just lift off the baffle. Here's the old inner door panel next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. Before we put the new inner door panel into the dishwasher, we have to put everything on it. First thing we're going to do is put the baffles on. To put the baffles on, all you have to do is set them onto the pin. And then there's a smaller pin that you have to make sure goes into this little cutout right here. You just have to set it in place and then we can push the Tinnerman clip on. If you can't get the Tinnerman clip to go on, you can grab a 5/16" nut driver to help push it down onto the post. Once you have this side on, we can do the other side. Once you have both the baffles in, we can put the dispenser in. Before you put the dispenser in, you want to make sure that the seal around it is clean so you get a good seal when you put it in. You also want to make sure that the wax motor's on the inside of the door, towards the middle. We just have to lift up on the inner door panel, and then we can slide the dispenser through the opening. Once you have it in, we can grab the bracket, set it down. We can grab the 1/4" nut driver and put the screws in. If the dispenser dropped down, you may have to grab it and pull it up so the screw holes are high enough for the screws to grab. They changed the design of the support bracket, and the newer ones have 4 holes in them. Ours only have 2 that line up, so we're just going to use the end ones. All you have to do is set the support bracket in. You want to make sure it lines up with the vent hole right there. And then we can use the 1/4" nut driver to put the screws in. Once you have everything installed, we can put the new inner door panel onto the dishwasher. To put it on, all you have to do is set it down so that the bottom of it goes inside the inner lip of the tub. And we can lower it down so we can hook up the dispenser wiring harness. Once you have it lowered down, we can grab the wiring harness and plug it in. Remember, the double black was on the front and the tan was on the back. All you have to do is plug it in so you get a good connection. Once you have the wires on, we're going to hold the outer door panel down. We can take the weight off. We can lower the inner door panel down, set it in place. Once you have it in place, you want to make sure the vent lines up so we can put that in. Once you have it lined up, we can put the screws back in with the Torx 20 driver. When you put the screws back in, you'll notice there's 2 different lengths. The longer ones go across the control panel, and the shorter ones go down the sides of the door. Before you put the vent cover back on, you want to make sure that the body is lined up inside here. And when you're putting the vent cover on, you can even press down on the inner door a little bit to make sure it doesn't drop down. Once you have it in place, we can take the vent cover and we're going to line up this short section right here with the short opening in the body. We can set it down into place. And then you want to make sure you have it pushed flush before you try to turn it, otherwise it won't lock on all the tabs. So you want to get it flush like this all the way around. Then you can start to turn it to engage it. It's going to get harder, and then we can grab the flathead screwdriver and pull it over so it locks in place. Now that we have everything put back together, we can close the dishwasher door, plug it back in, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.